My name is Darnell. Today we'll be exploring the stereotypes that young people face in today's society in our short film called Singled Out. Definition of stereotype: a widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing, or a person or thing that conforms to such an image. In this film, we've asked people about their views on young people and how they are stereotyped in society. We are often labelled in society. We have not been asked about our ambitions, how we feel, or about our role in society. Instead, we are labelled hoodies, chavs, goths, emos. Why must we be judged by the way we dress or the way we talk?
Action.
Why can't we express ourselves the way we want without being judged by society? We have asked people in Birmingham about their views about this.
People tend to feel threatened if they see a group of children. Especially nowadays, a lot of the youths are taller than you are. I've worked in schools and, I've met good and bad.
As you're older, you forget that at one point you were children yourself, and you were probably very similar, loud, and you hung around with your friends on the street and having a laugh. And as you get older, you tend to find that you don't want the noise so much.
It's always the bad things that hit the press, never the good things.
I suppose if the older ones mix a bit more with their younger ones and do things together, they get an idea of their community, especially within the community area, really, getting their opinions on things and when they do things, why they do things. A lot of times it's a good reason why they're doing it to have fun. They're not necessarily doing it to disrupt anybody or cause them any problem. And normally I tend to find if I think some young man's out, a young man or a lady's out, or that, I will mention something to him. And if you explain to him, rather than tell them off, you explain to them why, they tend to understand.
The behavior is not that bad. Normally it's like normal life, so for me I didn't see any bad for kids here.
If you look for good in people, you find good.
Rebo.
Hoodie.
Asbo.
Chav.
I think I am stereotyped because of the way I dress, the way I look, sometimes in the way I walk.
One, I'm ginger, that don't exactly help. People have such stereotypes about that. And on top of that, me being a rocker as well, people don't exactly see me as the approachable type. So I go one way, they go the other.
Because of the music that we listen to, it sort of revolves around the way that they dress up.
It's pretty much the music and the way that you look.
And the fact that we're always up here on a Saturday and we sort of have fun in our own special way.
Yeah.
I look good like this.
Don't get full of
yourself. I look good.
Asbo.
Chav.
Emo. They sort of stereotype us as being the outcasters. I think this could change by them understanding us and putting themselves in our shoes.
And actually listening to what we have to say instead of judging us by our looks.
I don't think it can change, to be honest.
No, because people will always have views on what they see and compare it to themselves. So if people have views like, okay, I'm me, I'm going to hang around with people like me, they're going to see someone different and just think, no thank you, I'm going to go the opposite direction.
Living in our shoes for a few weeks because it's completely different to what they actually assume we are.
And the way we get bullied about it in schools.
We have also asked two young people who feel that they are stereotyped to come in and talk to us about their daily struggles.
Hello, my name is Gesta Ramesha. I'm 17 years old and I live in England and I'm from Rwanda. People stereotype me in the way that they look at me and expect me to be from a certain part of Africa when I'm from Rwanda, and in that way I get put into a category and expect me to speak a certain way or behave a certain way. Africa is a really big continent and it's made up of loads of different countries, and so you can't really categorise us when there's so many diverse cultures and diverse languages and diverse accents. People stereotype me in different ways through my personality. Like they'll think because I'm quiet that I'll speak a certain way or behave a certain way other than what I really am.
My name's Ryan and I'm 15 years of age.
and I'm from Handsworth, Birmingham. I say my experiences of being stereotyped by others is really being a hoodlum, to be honest. Just because like the way I'm dressed and where I'm from and stuff like that and who I hang with. I think it happens because the members of the public get intimidated by big groups of children or like how they're dressed or what colour they are. I'm different from what people think because I'd say I'm interested in like a range of stuff that like people think would classify me as being interested in. Music, acting, sports. Like I try really hard to stay out of all the trouble on the streets and that.
I see stereotypes everywhere. People get stereotyped for big things like their race or their religion, and little things like the type of music they like or the type of programs they watch.
My ambitions really is to be a professional footballer, but I would like to be also a semi-professional footballer if I don't make it professionally. And I'm very interested in music and media at the moment, and I want to take music seriously from now.
In school I'm doing drama, sociology, history and English, and I chose those subjects because I want to be a journalist. There are loads of different people on the planet and you can't really put them all into categories because not everyone is the same and everyone has a different story. And I think this could change by a wider representation in the media, a more positive one that shows all different kinds of people and not just the typical view of people.
I think it's wrong to be stereotyped because everyone has their own identity really. If you don't really know a person, then it's not really your right to judge them. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, you see. Promote like an open mind really, because say if you don't know them, it's not really a nice thing or a right thing to judge them for something good or bad. So I think that would be a good change to promote equality in society. Everybody has their own views, and at the end of the day, nobody can really change that.
We have heard many different views whilst making this film, and we hope this film will make people stop and think. I hope that you can see that young people cannot be labelled and defined by what they look like. We are all individuals.